What's up, everybody? Thanks for watching today. So today, I'm going to give you guys, no, I'm not that vain, but I just wanted to show you the big guns, give me a little bit of street cred. So today I want to talk about my opinion on if opiates in general and also Suboxone, if these things are bad for people who are in the bodybuilding lifestyle, who love fitness and working out, that kind of stuff in general. So it has been a long road, starting from, of course my puppy's trying to play. Ow! It has been a long road to get from my motorcycle accident, which kicked off originally my painkiller addiction. From then, I was 21, and that's also right when I started bodybuilding. So I've been doing this, I've been living this lifestyle non-stop bodybuilding for 16 years now, 17 years. The longest break I ever took was a week off, and that's when I got in my accident and shattered my collarbone. So since the beginning, you know, painkillers have made bodybuilding a struggle and presented their own specific set of cons, I guess you could say, you know. So just kind of the basics and how I feel about it now after all these years. And I do feel like Suboxone does still hinder my gym gains and my diet as far as me eating enough. I find, even as of now, so in the morning time, I won't even eat until usually around 11 o'clock in the morning. And as a bodybuilder, that's horrible to do that, to wait that long. You know, you want to be eating as much and as often as you can, especially if you're trying to gain muscle mass. So that has been really challenging, to be able to eat enough food while also, because I don't know, tell me what you guys think, but in my mind, and this could just be the past drug addiction person in me, but in my mind, I don't feel like Suboxone really works that well if you're not on an empty stomach, or, you know, so I don't know. Tell me what you guys think, if you notice a difference if you take Suboxone while you're on a full stomach versus on an empty stomach. And where I'm trying to take as little as possible. So my morning routine, honestly, most days, I drink a bunch of water first thing in the morning, and then I get up and get moving around, and usually it takes me a good hour and a half before I'm able to use the bathroom, because I don't want to take any Suboxone until I use the bathroom, because once you take that Suboxone, or opiates will be the same way, you're not going to be able to go number 2 for the rest of the day. You're not going to be able to poop for the rest of the day. And especially if you're eating a lot of food, you need to be clearing food out of your body every day, because there's all kinds of poisons or toxins or whatever the hell is. It's not good. It's waste. It's called waste for a reason, and it smells like that for a reason. It's the leftover junk that your body didn't want. So in my opinion, you need to be using the bathroom every day, and not just a couple little pebbles, which I know a lot of you guys must be struggling with if you're taking any sort of opiate, or even if you're taking Suboxone, until you get down to like the lower doses, more than likely, or if you're supplementing some kind of supplement to help you use the bathroom, that can definitely help, and drinking a lot of water can definitely help. So yeah, so it definitely, I mean, I literally usually only have 3 meals a day, and for me to be able to even be this size for only eating 3 meals a day, that alone is just about a miracle. I'm not sure how my body is even able to hold this weight. You know, it's pretty awesome, and I'm pretty lucky, because so in the morning I'll do that. Once I use the bathroom, then I'll take Suboxone, and then I wait about an hour to an hour and a half for Suboxone to kick in, and then I'll eat. So usually by that time it's 11 o'clock. Right now it's 10:30, still haven't ate yet. So by then I could have already had my first meal at like 7:30 in the morning when I wake up. I could have had my first meal, and then by 11 I would be ready for my second meal. So that already is 1 meal I'm behind by the time I get to my first meal. And that's, you know, that's, if I have my last meal at say 10 p.m. and then I don't eat again until 11 a.m., that's 13 hours that my body is going into starvation mode, and that is eating away at your muscles. So you need to constantly, not constantly, but as soon as you wake up in the morning, you should be trying to refuel your body so it can get the fuel that it needs to rebuild that muscle. So that alone, just that 1 meal would make a huge difference for me, okay? And then usually I'll take my second dose somewhere around 2, 3, 4 o'clock p.m. So by that time, my first meal isn't, how do I say this, isn't fresh to where I feel like it's going to hinder my Suboxone working properly. So then I'll take my Suboxone, okay, then I'll wait another hour and a half before I eat again. So it's just like, it sucks to always have to be thinking about the time of when the meds are going to work and when you got to use the bathroom, and then trying to fit that into your whole day. It's a balancing act for sure, you know, and it's been a balancing act. And a lot of times in life, I feel like this can really take away from your production, because it takes so much of your energy to like fandangle your whole day around your meds, you know. And then, yeah, it just pisses me off sometimes thinking about it. I don't know if you guys might not think about like stuff like this as much, but like a lot of times you will think, oh, am I feeling withdrawal? You know, and then you spend so much time like, am I feeling this way? Am I thinking about this? Am I getting cold chills? Is my heart rate changing? Like there's so much thought that goes into any type of opiate addiction and Suboxone addiction, or dependence, I would call it. At this point, I'm such a low dose of Suboxone that I would just call it a dependency. I wouldn't really call it an addiction. I don't ever feel like, ooh, yeah, I got to get my Suboxone. It doesn't do that anymore. That, and then also I really feel like I am weak in the gym, and I feel like I've always been weak as far as like my size for how strong I am, and the heavy lifting. I really believe that this has a lot to do with the opiates, because we all know that opiates dehydrate you and they flush the water out of you, you know. A lot of times, I remember previously when I would take painkillers, as soon as I would take them, I would immediately, it would flush pounds of water, of pee, right? It would make me go pee, and it just flushes you out somehow, it dehydrates you. So it's very important to be drinking a lot of water. Even if you're not taking opiates, you need to be drinking a lot of water anyways. So I believe my little theory on why it makes me weaker in the gym is because it flushes so much water out of your muscles. And if you don't have the water in your muscles, you're not going to get very good pumps. You're not going to be nearly as strong as you would be if your muscles were full of water. And this could be totally wrong, but that's my idea of what's going on. And then just also kind of just the general tiredness or laziness that opiates in general give you, that also doesn't help your intensity of your workouts, or even just your personality is kind of toned down a bit. And it's toned down a lot a bit if you're taking high dose stuff, high dose of Suboxone or high dose of painkillers or opiates. It will really make you just kind of zombie, lazy mode, you know. It wasn't always like that. I remember the first parts of my opiate addiction, it gave me energy, it gave me personality. I was so happy to go out, and then just over time it crosses over and things just kind of get dark and bad. So yeah, I definitely feel like Suboxone and opiates have a negative impact on bodybuilding and fitness in general. You know, I feel like they're probably not good for your health overall. Where I'm at this low dose of Suboxone currently, I feel like it's a much, much better life, especially for my body, than when I was taking painkillers. I feel like it's a night and day difference. I feel a lot healthier. I just would love to not have to look at the clock all day and plan my meals and wait, have to wait 2 hours in the morning to use the bathroom. It's just like such a waste of time. I would love to just get up and go on with my day and be able to eat right away and just get on with the day. I would love to be a morning person, but I'm not, and I believe it's because of my Suboxone. So, it definitely has its cons, but it definitely has its pros. We all know that at this point, and I'm not just trying to bash this medication because it has tons of benefits. Obviously, it's kept me sober for over 2 years, and yeah, I don't even drink alcohol anymore. No desire for any of that stuff. So it definitely has its awesome parts. I don't keep repeating myself, but as far as anything else goes, those are kind of really the two basic things I can think about when it comes to this. Another thing I believe is you're a little bit more prone to getting injured if your body doesn't have all the water, and sometimes your joints can hurt because you need that water as kind of like lubrication, I believe, for your joints and for your muscles. So I have had several injuries, and my worst of injuries were when I was taking either high dose of Suboxone or when I was taking painkillers still. So, and those injuries are still lingering today. I'm barely able to bench press more than like a plate on each side without it hurting. And my knee is really weak. It gets like some shooting pain, so I'm not able to do squats. And it's just never really repaired. So I don't know. I felt like when I got off of Suboxone that those things were getting a little bit better and maybe healing better. But still, even to this day, and it's been years since I've been able to bench press heavy. So flat bench, I was trying to go for my record. I was trying to get over 400 pounds on the flat bench. And that's when I heard the crack. And like a dumbass, I kept going because I was so hyped up on testosterone back then that I wanted to get to 405, and I stopped at 400, and that's when I got injured. So sometimes we don't always get to reach our goals with fitness, but that's okay. And yeah, that's kind of just what I thought about this. And let me know what your guys' experience are. If you have experience with bodybuilding and Suboxone, or bodybuilding and taking painkillers, or having an opiate addiction, let me know what you guys think below. I would love to hear more opinions on this because I literally don't see anybody talking about this. So maybe I can kind of make a few more videos related to bodybuilding and fitness. But hopefully there's some guys out there that see this, and possibly before you get addicted to painkillers, or maybe if you're starting to get addicted to painkillers, you could see this and get away from it as soon as possible if you can, guys. If you don't even know what Suboxone is and you're addicted to opiates, then look into it because it can definitely be a lifesaver. It has definitely got my life back on track, and a lot of people you can see on YouTube that got to Suboxone. It helps you rebuild your life and get a sense of normalcy, and you're not breaking laws anymore. So a lot of good benefits to it. If you don't know anything about Suboxone, check out my channel. I have a ton of videos about Suboxone, and I hope you guys are all doing great. Have a great day. Thanks, guys.